Greetings, everybody. It's your pal Vicious here, and I want to talk a little bit about season two of Tekken 8 and some of the changes, maybe with like two or three characters, maybe one character. We'll see how I feel as the video goes on. But yeah. So I want to talk about Tekken 8 and Season 2, and I want to keep a level head about it. I'm not going to really sensationalize it. I'm just going to talk about my characters and like how I feel about some of their changes and if their changes are really like that great. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig into it. I'm gonna start with Kazuya because that's my man, 100 grand, of course. And let me just pull up his changes really quickly. I can name a couple off the bat. I know his sidestep 1+2 got some big changes, but we'll talk about it. Okay, so let me read off what their intentions were. In season two, Kazuya has received enhancements to his counterattacks and offensive capabilities in neutral play. Additionally, a new move has been added that extends the duration of heat, allowing him to wield his devil powers for a longer period, along with various adjustments. Which, I'm glad that they did that part. We'll get to that here in a bit. In season one, during sidestep 1+2, had limited usefulness. To improve this, it has been changed to a homing attack and now allows Kazuya to transition to Wind God Step, enabling him to aggressively pressure opponents who rely on frequent sidesteps for defense. Okay, alright. New move in double form, blah blah blah. We'll get to it. So I don't think I'll read the entire thing. I'll just go over like the most important things. I feel like for instance, just like they were saying, this move here. Let me set up a punishment for it. This move was not a tracking move, right? It was not a homing move. Even though on Tekken 7, I'm pretty sure it was a homing move and it was a mid. In this game, they made it a high, and that's all it was. Like, there was nothing you could get from it. And let me just take this off really quickly just to show you what it looks like. Just a normal hit. Oh, sorry, that's the counter hit. That's a counter hit that you can't. I don't think you can follow up with that, right? I don't think so. Nah, there's no way to do it. Maybe a PWGF. Hold on a second. Alright, yeah. So, admittedly, I'm not good enough of a player to do a PWGF, so, like, maybe there's a way to follow this up that I just don't know about. But, yeah, I mean, you guys see it, right? Like, I'm not getting any follow-up off of it. But anyway, yeah, so they added the ability to crouch dash after it. And the purpose of this ability is to give him more offensive capability. Because I don't know how many people love to cope over the fact that, Kazuya is like, I don't know, they're coping and saying that he's like the fucking one of the top, like, fucking 8 characters on this game. I don't believe that. But they think he's like one of the top 8 characters because he has this ability that he's had since like the first fucking game, which is a wave dash, right? And they can't react to a low hell sweep. They can't react to this mid punch here. And they can't react to a while standing 4 out of this ability. Like, that's 2 mids and a low. But now he has this move that tracks, and I'm going to the wrong mode. Sorry, call kind of threw me off a little bit. All right, so it's +5. Do you know what that means? It means that Kazuya. One second, let me set the punishment. Bam. All right. Now that punishment is set, let's see what happens. Oh man, I missed. I got punished. Oh man, I get punished off of anything. I can't even hell sweep. Oh, wait a second. We got something there. But this isn't like a terrible advantage, right? They finally fixed his while standing 4-4. Let me see exactly what the verbiage is on it because I don't exactly remember off the top of my head, and I had the notes pulled up. Let me see. Where are you at? While standing, while rising, 4-4. The behavior the behavior of the opponent on hit has been modified, changing the frame advantage from -4 to 0. So you're at 0, like meaning like there's nothing you could really. I think they could like standing jab punish that, right? Anyway, yeah, you're at 0, meaning like there's not a hell of a lot that you could do. You know, you're at the same point as your opponent, right? That's what that means. Okay, so in reality, Kazuya has this, and that's really not enough. You know, in this game of casino gameplay, as people are colloquially calling it. You know, it's not like Kazuya has a stance. He doesn't go into Zen like Jin and have like a launcher, a mid dive kick that's safe, a high kick that splats you up against the wall even when you're blocking. You know, a high power crush. He doesn't have all that out of his crouch dash, right? And I'm not saying this just because I'm like, I don't know, I guess you could say I'm trying to cope or whatever, but like that's not really that crazy considering like everything everyone else has. People can get into a stance right in front of your face on this game, and the options that you got to choose to live are crazy. At least with Kazuya, I feel like when you're attacked by Kazuya, you're almost immediately given control back as soon as you get up and block something, right? You know, if you block one thing, then, you know, you're going to block the next thing, more than likely, when you're fighting against Kazuya. And I feel like that they're trying to make him more aggressive. I see that, but it doesn't feel like, you know, like this is good. I hate to complain about it. This is good. It's something because some people will be caught off guard. Some people don't even crouch punch. But it's like, you know, imagine doing anything but hell sweep. Anything but hell sweep, or even potentially this, right? Because that's what you should be doing, because that just gives you more plus frames too. What is that? That's +5. Double +5. And they both take chip damage, right? So that's nice. I understand why you don't have both of them in a row. But I guess I'm just trying to say that this isn't casino gameplay. If you're like thinking of like trying to put rope Kazuya in with your fucking nonsense, then please don't. You know, and they finally gave him this move back 4-1. Let me take this off here. Obviously, you see that it's punishable, that's how it's always been. It's still a natural combo, which is good. Because, you know, for some reason, 2-2 isn't a natural combo with Kazuya. And I'll never understand that shit ever in my life. I don't know why it's not a natural combo. Unless it's a counter hit. But, yeah, it's nice. It used to be back 4-1. But instead, they made it sidestep 4-1. Which is questionable because they could have made it up back 4-1. And it would have been completely fine. I don't get that. The reasoning behind that. So they replaced back 4-1 with back 4 in Tekken 7. And can I tell you something about that move? Alright, so here's Kazuya's standard 4, right? And I'm trying to think if there's a way to like show you. I think there's like a generic way to do it, but I can't remember how with Kazuya. Maybe with another character. Anyway. So Kazuya had a move on Tekken 1 through Tekken 5, right? It was a generic 4 attack. I always considered it Kazuya's because he's the main character, right? So I figured that back 4, when I first seen it on Tekken 7 on the arcade version, I figured that, you know, back 4 was like the replacement for it because it's kind of the same. It's a turnaround hook kick. So I don't understand why we still have this move. This move sucks. It sucks. There's no extension to it. It doesn't reach that far. Like, you have to be like right up your opponent's ass. On counter hit, it does nothing. Which is probably like my biggest complaint in any patch. When Kazuya's useless moves have not been altered to be useful in any way. Like, okay, counter. Alright, cool. You know, you get like a little 2-hit combo. Alright. great. You know, that's cool. Like, but you have to be way too close. Why would I do that? What's the activation? The startup frames for it is 12. All right. So it's about as fast as his standing 2, which is plus 3 on block. Right? No, I'm sorry. It's minus 3 on block. Okay. And that is minus 9. So you might as well just do this. You know what I mean? Because if it's counter hit, sorry, then you get 38 damage. And right here, you get 38 damage. So it's worthless. Why would I do this? And I could just do this, which is minus 8. And that's minus 9. Anyway, yeah, so that's I talked a little bit about Kazuya stuff, but I want to tell you a little bit more. So they buffed this move, right? And man, there's so much that I gotta say about like Kazuya, and I'm sorry, but it has to be said. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay, so this move right here has gone through a couple transformations. He first got it in Tekken Tag 1, and it's been useless since then, almost, right? In Tekken 7, this move was plus on block. Don't ask me how many frames it was plus. Please don't ask me that. I don't know how much plus it was. We can try and have Jin block really quickly. So it's minus 9, but I think it used to be plus on Tekken 7. And it had no other properties, right? And another thing, as of Tekken 5 to, I want to say Tag 2, this move, forward 1 plus 2, linked into forward 2, right? And it still wasn't that good because it's slow. Look how slow it is. Look how slow it is, right? And, you know, it has a property now in Tekken 8. It's been had this property in Tekken 8 where you could parry punches. But I feel like the window is really, 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 really tight for it. You know? Like, I won't be doing this just to do it, right? If I wanted to parry somebody's punches, like, I want the whole move to be a punch parry. Look at that. Maybe they did stealth improve the window. I don't know. Because I feel like I'm hitting it better. I feel like there's more of an animation. Right? Like where his arm comes up. But it's still unreliable. It got buffed though. Look, it got buffed. Like, it knocks you down so far. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that grab chip damage. You've seen it? Alright. So, this is wall splat. Let me just double check. Come on, man. Alright. No, not really. You can't get a combo off of it. That sucks because you can get a combo off of it, it seems, without the parry. So I don't understand the point of even making that move like that. You know, it's just silly. You know, forward 2 used to be the move with a punch parry. You can see it, right? You see his arm is up. He's like, "Hey, girl," and he does the punch. That used to be a punch parry, but they softened it a little bit. Well, made it harder, I guess, by giving him a power crush on it, right? But anyway, yeah, this move being buffed, useless. Making back 4-1, sidestep 4-1 is weird. But, you know, I didn't even finish with this move. So what's cool about this move is it gives you a tornado. Or not a tornado. It gives you like a tailspin. And I like it because it's a nice way to like spice up some of the combos. You know what I mean? I said when Tekken. I said when Tekken 7 came out that they should have made it a tailspin, and they finally made it a tailspin, like in the wrong game. I really love this because I've always loved that move, and you know, it's one of my favorite moves from Kazuya. I just don't understand why they didn't make it up back 4-1 instead of sidestep, because it's awkward trying to combo a little bit. Oops. See, I already missed it. You gotta step forward. I shouldn't be doing that. I should just do the easy version. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, but it's just a bit awkward. That's my only critique of that. What else should I talk about? Oh, this beast. So on hit, this is +3, right? Which is crazy. Yeah, so really you can like counter with like standing 2 or whatever. This move is insane though, because look what happens when you block, right? That shit is +7. I'm sorry, it's only -7 on block, and it pushes you back so far. Like, theoretically, there's a couple mind games you can play with this, but like, Kazuya is like playing classic Tekken right here, and I do like that. It's not casino gameplay. Because he only has one thing that he could do out of this, and you have to be in heat to do it. And it gives him heat back. It gives him like the largest amount of heat back. Which, speaking of him getting his heat back, you can just sort of keep doing this. Like, watch this. I'm going to be almost out of heat, right? Bam. Alright, get back up. Like, the heat saver mechanic, it really does work for him. Like, it really does. If you're really good, right? And, you know, I'm pretty okay at the game. But, like, I can see, like, stronger Kazuya players making a lot of use out of that. I don't see him winning, like, a bunch of tournaments, though. But I feel like those are, like, the main changes, right? I like that his double down back 3+4 actually does damage now, because it didn't do damage before. It can't knock you out, which I think is stupid, because like every other low will knock you out in this game. But you know, such is life. Such is life. But I think those are all Kazuya's like big changes. And overall, I would say that I'm happy with the buffs that he got. There's still moves that don't make sense to me. Like, again, this move doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have a good follow-up. It doesn't have any follow-up, right? Well, this move, like, it's cool. You know, if an opponent doesn't get up right, they're going to get hit by that. Like, it's going to happen, right? But you know, there's this move here. It didn't get touched. So my problem with this move was, like, a lot of people had a problem with it during the first beta, and the problem with it was it did too much damage, and it was all a natural combo. But my problem with it now is, like, okay, reduce the damage, but all this shit hit. It's strictly a wall, it's strictly for like wall damage, and I don't understand why. I feel like there's a setup here to get like a decent amount of damage, right? But they won't let you have it no matter what, because people complain about the strength of the move or something, and it's stupid. I hate it. But yeah, I think that's it for Kazuya. Alright, why don't we talk about Huarong for just a bit? Okay, so I don't like, I'm not even going to read off what they did to him, because, you know, I feel like it'd be taking a lot of time, and we still got counter on. I really don't like how they made it so you had to go in and change the counter properties. Like, it's stupid. Like, it was so easy to get the counter hit, and there's no shortcut for counter hit. But anyway, so I don't like what they did to his right flamingo 4, because it was a knockdown, and it was good as a knockdown, right? And they made the frames a bit better on it, but it's like, I don't care because like I don't want them to be standing. You know what I mean? And the move that's connected to it now, it's just like a knockoff combo, right? It's not a natural hit combo, and one of the moves already actually exists on its own separately. Don't really care for that. That's like Kazuya, and his down forward 1-4, and how like the 4 of his down forward 1-4 is just back 4. You know, basically. I don't like that. And I don't like Kazuya get it. Like, even though I like his up forward 1, I don't like how it's a back fist like his while standing 1. You know what I mean? It's like you guys couldn't have did anything more clever than that. But anyway, yeah. So I don't really like that change there. Huarong has a sweep now, where he goes instantly into Flamingo, which I don't remember. Is there a way to switch to a different one? I think he just by default has to be in that Flamingo. Don't really care for this. I'm not gonna lie to you. It does nothing for me. And even on counter, right? I don't really get it. But anyway, yeah. Let's talk about his other new moves. Technically new moves. He has this elbow that I think on the left side this tracks more to the left. Is that right? And on the right side, back 1 tracks more to the right. But yeah, it's a cool move. Let me see what it is on block because I haven't really like looked. Okay, -4. -4 on both ends. That's not bad. You know what I mean? And it pushes back just a smidge, right? You know, it's good. And it reaches far too. Did you see that? Bow. Okay. And on counter hit, you get this. A heat engager. But you want to know something that I just like found out recently? And it's because I don't really use heat dashes with characters because I feel like keeping heat is more useful than keeping heat for heat dashes. Look at this. You get no combo off of that. Isn't that crazy? Why did he run past him? Anyway, let me do this with heat. I don't know why. Sorry, I forgot exactly what I was gonna do. Alright. I did it again because I'm so used to just experimenting with random bullshit. Okay. Alright, bitches. Focus. What we're trying to do is use the heat engager to heat run. I don't get that. Like, you know, he's in combo. Maybe I had to do something else, but you can't uppercut him. I guess you could do that. Like, I'm just trying to rack my brain, trying to think of like what I could do to like launch this guy. But like, it doesn't seem like it's possible. I don't understand why he just doesn't launch into the air. Seems really weird to me. And like I said, this new low isn't that good. One change I guess I kind of like is from right Flamingo. I'm sorry, from right stance. He can do his power crush now. That's cool. Oh, wait a second. You can end in different flamingos? No, that's the same flamingo. That sucks. I wish you could cancel it. Anyway, yeah, so, which move was I talking about? Sorry, I got a little sidetracked doing other moves. Not the elbow. Is it the slide? 1 second. I know what move I was trying to talk about. Sorry. I had to go back and look at the footage because I kept bullshitting around. Patch is still new. Oh, yeah, so, being able to, you know, do the power crush from the right side is actually useful because you have this power crush, right? It's a high, but sometimes you need the mid knockdown. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I guess that's a okay change. But overall, I'm like not impressed with Huarong's changes like that much. I don't think that he's like got a lot of casino gameplay. A lot of what Huarong does in this game is like just the same old stuff that he's been doing. And I just think that that needs to be respected. Honestly, like if you have a problem with like some of his frames, I can see that. But like I don't know, I just don't believe that Huarong is like one of the problems in this patch. But maybe I'm wrong and I need to see more. But yeah, my level-headed response that I could give for this patch, and I should go to Zafina, but really I'd just be doing another long explanation. Like if you guys want that in another video, I'll do it. But for now, I just want to say that season 2 is filled with a lot of messiness that I'm not exactly entirely sure how to do all of it. I didn't purchase Anna yet because she's $8, and the season pass is like $30 or $35, which if you bought 2 season passes, you're paying for a whole new game basically. But anyway, yeah, Anna has some crazy stuff, and Jack has some crazy stuff. I heard Paul has an unblockable setup, and all sorts of stuff. But I don't know. I just don't feel like that this game is like, you know, unsalvageable. And I think that some people are just like being really rude to the devs on Twitter, and some of them deserve it. Michael Murray deserves it. He's a fucking asshole. He repeats the N word on Twitter and acts like nobody fucking notices. You know. And I think some of the fans deserve this too because they've been hacking it up for the past like however many years, almost a decade or something since Tekken 7 made it to arcades when Harada had that "Don't ask me for shit" shirt, but now everybody's asking for all the shit. Like it's just comical, but it's another reason why I don't really like make a lot of Tekken videos or like make Tekken content in general because it just seems like everybody's like really vitriolic. Tekken's community can be like very vitriolic and toxic, and I don't really want to be a part of that. I just wanted to give my 2 cents out about the season the season 2 changes. I think that some of them are like toxic. I think a lot of them are toxic, and I think that this game needs to be patched. When I see stuff that's happening in season 2 on Twitter, I'm like, that should be patched. But my advice to people is play this game in microcosms, right? Don't play this online on ranked expecting like the most fair Tekken you've ever played. Like you should really just play your friends. If you played somebody and you're comfortable playing them, I would do that going forward until they patch the game to your liking. You can like review the game as like negative or whatever, although I think it's like give it time. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy with a lot of the changes that my characters got. For the most part, except for like some of the things that happen with Huarong. Zafina's awesome. Kazuya is really cool. Huarong is questionable, but only time will tell how I feel about that later. Oh, Beck is dead, by the way. This new move that Huarong has is one of Beck's moves. So, well, no, it's not. I'm tripping. Beck's move would have been like while standing 2, 3, and would have went into Flamingo, I think. Whatever. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. But that's it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and like send this and publish it out. But honestly, again, like if you're looking at what people are saying online, like play the game for yourself and play some friends and have fun playing with your friends. Stop doing this sweaty rank shit where you gotta be the highest rank if that's what you're doing, and you'll feel better about the game. But you can still critique the game, and you can still like get your opinions out there without being a complete asshole. Not everybody on the team is Michael Murray, and not everybody on the team is a vitriolic asshole like Harada can be at points. But anyway, that's it for now. Let me know if you like this video and you want more Tekken content. Later.